Oh, you gotta fill it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be talking about international marketing. Give you a little story of kind of how I've done it throughout my whole life. You might be wondering why there's this very cute little puppy behind me. I didn't know I'd be fourth, but I knew there'd be 40 presentations and a shitload of knowledge being dropped. So I just wanted you to remember this presentation as a puppy presentation to know what international marketing can mean in your business. So each point I make, you get a cute little puppy slide. So as long as you don't like what I say, at least you can stare at a cute little puppy. Right? So a little bit about my story. I started my first company when I was 15 years old. Started with $1,000. So it started out as a simple eBay business. Ended up growing to a business that was doing about $2 million a year by my freshman year, and that was fully bootstrapped. But international, the reason it kind of grew that size was because of a lot of international plays that I did. So to give you an example, the iPhone that I had in my pocket in the US cost about $200 with the plan. That same iPhone in Brazil runs about $1,000, and the plan actually costs 3x the price. So the question that I asked myself when I was younger was, if I sent these type of products overseas, would there be enough arbitrage to make a bigger profit than I would have just selling in America? And the answer was yes, and it was actually 3x what the profits were. And I found this to be true in the countries all over Europe, Australia, and South America, and that's how we expanded. So that was my first business, and if you fast forward then about 7 years later, I started our current company, Mobile X Labs, and we're kind of in the app industry. And in the app game, user acquisition is everything. It's actually quite a challenging business because if you're paying 20 cents a click, 10 cents a click to get traffic for your app, where your lifetime value might only be like 7 cents a user or something like that, then you're going to be at a deficit unless you have a great app. So I decided to take my knowledge from this international play and put it into the app world. And what I found was actually that the cost per click in Brazil was actually 1/10 the cost of what it was in America. And the reason for that is because advertisers consider these countries tier 2 and tier 3 countries. But if you take what I previously learned from my other business, the people that are buying iPhones are paying $1,000 for an iPhone, and a country where the minimum wage is only $350 a month. So I'm marketing to the top richest people in that country, and that is the same for a lot of Latin American countries. So what I found is that with a few $100s in marketing, we started suddenly making thousands of dollars and charting at the top of the store. So next slide, cute little puppy. So with my first point, my point to you guys is, think about how this applies in your industry. This is all over the place. So for example, well, you might find industry, some of you guys here from India, the textbook industry, so college textbooks, big problem here, $200 a textbook. In India, for example, the exact same textbook will only be $20, and the only difference is that it's paperback. Or if you're in the lending business or investment business, you might find it interesting that here in America, the savings, we might get half a point, right, if we're lucky a year in a savings account. In Brazil, you actually get closer to 12%, right? So it's a much different economy. So think about what your industry and how it applies, because I'm sure there'll be things that you really take away from it. So that one's a nice one. So what's really interesting about that is, like, you might think, okay, this is interesting, how can I get involved in that? But you might be thinking, okay, translations, culture, other things, what can I think about and how do I get that? It's not as hard as you may think. The internet has made it really easier for us to kind of make the world flat, right? So we do translations for all of our apps, and for a translation for an app that's like 500 words costs us $10. So it's very cheap with sites like freelancer.com or odesk.com to hire contractors. Also think about hiring workers that have like multicultural backgrounds, right? And you might be thinking, okay, where can I get started? So as a friend here explained earlier, you can buy traffic on Facebook or PPC on Google, and you can actually target like specific countries with specific niches, device, and there's a variety of things that you can traffic, or you can do, and you can kind of run these tests, right? So in summary, my challenge to you is, think about the arbs in your business, and even read the book Freakonomics. Maybe, I don't know, so I'm sure it's something you have, but get in this bigger picture mindset and see, like, okay, what correlations are here, and then use that, because at the end of the day, with the internet, the world is really, at the palm of your hands.